YouTube, what's up, everybody? We are back here for some more Donation Deck Thursday action, and today we have for you, in front of you, a Bard class. For those of you not familiar with Bard class, I'll expand it for you. So this card says, legendary creatures you control enter the battlefield with an additional counter on them. That's the first chapter. This is a class. So class is a very uncommon permanent type in Magic, but essentially you cast them and then you pay the mana and you get the level plus you get the second level plus the prior level. So for example, when you play Bard class, you get the first ability that all your legendaries enter the battlefield with additional counter, and then when you get to the second level, all your legendary spells cost RG less to cast. It only reduces the amount of colored mana, so you still have to pay generic mana. So, well, if you'll notice, we have a lot of legendary creatures that only cost red-green, which means that when we get to level 2 of Bard class, all of these cards we can just cast for free. We do not have to pay any mana for these cards. Similarly, the 3-drops like Samut, Migloz, and Domri, they'll cost 1 mana. And then Birgi will cost 2 because you have to pay the generic. Bard class only reduces the colored mana. So that's step 1. Get Bard class in play, get to level 2. And then from there's a couple of things you can do. So we have a new edition Ruby Daring Tracker, which is really cool because, again, if you have Bard class on level 2, you can play Ruby for free, but it has haste and it makes mana, which means it's +1 mana, even if you have multiples. So you can have a situation where you go level up Bard class, play Ruby, float mana, play another Ruby because it's free, float mana, and now you have 2 floating. The goal, so this is a combo deck. The goal to actually get to the point in which you're comboing is you want to get to chapter 3 or level 3 of Bard class, which is a little expensive, 5 mana, but it says whenever you cast a legendary spell, exile the top 2 cards, you can play them this turn. So if you get to a fully leveled Bard class, all of your spells cost 2 mana less, and whenever you play a legendary spell, you exile the top 2 cards. So it's really cool too because we also have Zurgo, Oath of Nissa, and Mox Amber, all of which trigger the 3rd level of Bard class that are all free because these cost 1 less, and Mox Amber is just a free card. So essentially, the goal is Bard class level 3, play a spell, exile 2, play a spell, exile 2, so on and so forth. Now, you might notice, well, you'll eventually run out of 2-drops, but that's where Birgi comes in, because every time you cast one of those spells for free, you're generating a red mana, right? So you have you can just churn through your entire deck basically while generating mana with Birgi, and then what you're trying to assemble is either at the end of the loop, you have your entire deck, all of your creatures in play, you play this card, give them all haste, attack them. The other kill condition, for whatever reason, if you cannot attack your opponent, is you can cast Wish, and then you can get a Jace from your sideboard. You don't need blue mana because you have Oath of Nissa, so you can use red mana to cast Jace when you have Oath of Nissa in play. I can't really envision a scenario where we're going to need to wish for Jace, but maybe for some reason we can't attack if something is preventing us from attacking, or if they're too high of a life total. It may come up. But yeah, that's kind of the goal of the deck. Basically, this is just Bard class in play. I'm not going to say you want to mulligan every hand that doesn't have Bard class, but it's sort of close to that. This deck does rely very, very heavily on Bard class. And then you'll notice we have some kind of wish targets. We have a Stonebrain and a Tormod's Crypt that we can maybe wish for, like a Klothys. These more so usually want to come in from the sideboard from the sideboard in the main deck, not like wish targets, because wishing for this is 9 mana, etc. It's kind of expensive. A couple natural states, a couple Alpine Moons for Lotus Field, Rending Volley for spirits, and Embercleave. Not really sure why this is here, and then the aforementioned Jace for the wish. So that's the deck. Is Commune with Spirits better than Seed of Hope? We were discussing this before, McNamara. I think I like Commune more just because of how important Bard class is, and this looks at 4 compared to 2. So I think I do like Commune with Spirits more, since you are basically all in on Bard class. This hand does not have Bard class, and it also has a bunch of 3-drops and a 4-drop, so I'm going to mulligan. If you're only interested in card selection that can find Bard class, then why Oath? So Oath does a couple of things. One, it allows you to hit your land drops. That's important. Two, it is free when you have already leveled Bard class, so it triggers the third chapter. It costs one less and it triggers the third chapter, so that's very important. So that's two things. Less importantly, it does allow you to filter mana for Wish for Jace. You don't need to play the Jace, so it's not going to come up as much. But yeah, I think I'm going to save the Zurgo here. They have a removal spell. I think it's just too important to play Oath because of the fact that it triggers the third chapter of Bard class. It being a legendary spell. Well, we're going to get to resolve Bard class against this deck, which is pretty good. There's a chance we can kill them next turn. Maybe. Probably not. We'd have to get pretty lucky. Hear me out, guys. What if Omniscience was 5 mana and Gruul? True. Very true and very real. It would be a good card. I think people would play that one. I probably would. Ooh, maybe they are dead. They very likely have a removal spell, right? So it's like, how do I want to play this? Definitely going to do this. So I can lead with Birgi. If they don't have a removal spell for Birgi, is this lethal? Yes, right? Oh, wait, no, they can't. Well, they can have Lightning Axe. They can't have Fiery Impulse. I'm going to go for it, I think. Oh, no, I can't cast Birgi first. I have to go Ruby first. So I have to go Ruby, 2 mana, Birgi, Gallia make a mana, Zurgo make a mana, Goro make a mana, activate. That would be an attack for 4, 7, 10, 13. It's pretty good, right? Yeah, I can't lead with Birgi. I'm just going to go for it. I have to lead with this. I do get the trigger Shredder. They're going to get to do that no matter what I did. Discard Spell Pierce. Alright, let's see if they have Lightning Axe. They have to do it now. I hope they don't. It seems like they do. Rude. So the best I can do is just dump my hand. Or I could dash Zurgo and not expose the Goro-Goro. Let's do that, actually. Yeah, let's just dash the Goro-Goro, hit them for 6, and then dash Zurgo and not expose this. And then we can just go dash Zurgo this plus activate next turn, and just full send. I think that's better. It also saves a couple of spells for if we eventually get the Chapter 3, which I don't know if we're doing. We might just be attacking them with random dudes. That may be the plan this game. Yeah, dumping the hand is good when they have Shredder. But again, like, exposing this to a removal spell when I can't get an attack in with it is a little sus. I guess they could just hold this back. Is Shredder better in Phoenix or Thing in the Ice? I think most lists play both, right? I mean, we can look at O'Danielakos' latest list. It's right here. They play a lot of this Phoenix deck. Alright, this is their latest list. They don't play Thing in the Ice. 4 Shredder, 4 Phoenix. Interesting. My estimation would be that Thing in the Ice is better against green. But maybe you think that your green matchup is good enough that you don't have to play it. What's up, Thunder Thighs? 1 mana short of leveling this. Is there any reason to play a second Bard class? I guess the reason would be to just get more counters. I could just go play Bard class level up pass with the intention of hopefully ripping a land next turn, activating this, and then just going Berserk. Bard class Edge Gigantha pass? No, we can't Edge Gigantha. Brad class game. Which one do I need to level up? This one. Brad class gaming indeed. I'm just going to do this. Can I do this as an instant? That was a sorcery. I'm not going to cast spells, though. I'm just going to pass. Gremlin, thank you for the 8 months. Appreciate that. Thank you for the 8 months. Yeah, if I had just drawn a land, I would have just leveled this up and probably won the game. What about Nissa Resurgent? The problem with Nissa Resurgent is that you only get a 1 mana discount on Bard class. So the most powerful cards that you can play with Bard class are gold legendary creatures because you get a dual discount. But with Nissa, it still costs 2 mana, so it's not quite as good, I think. Stop. All right, we need to draw like a Birgi, I think. I don't know if it's enough, though. Or is it? It is, right? Yeah, I think it is, because they get 2 counters. This is enough, right? 5/5. Am I 1 point short? Oh, no, I think I'm 1 point short. 5, 8, 11. No. I think I'm 1 point short. Create a 5/5 red dragon spirit creature with a flying. I can't get the 5 mana, though. I have 13? Oh, right. I can't math. The math ain't mathin'. The math ain't mathin'. I'm just slow rolling them. I was thinking I was only getting 2. Or I was thinking I was only getting 1 counter, but I'm getting 2. So it is 13. Just slow rolling, no big deal. Just slow rolling. The math ain't mathin'. Alright, kill you. I counted the second counter on Birgi, but I didn't count the second counter on the other creatures. You know. Classic slow roll. When the roll has been slowed. Yeah, I'm just a toxic streamer. Alright, what are we boarding against Phoenix? If anything, maybe Rending Volley just to kill Shredder. How much do I really care about Shredder, though? Because they're not playing Thing in the Ice. We just looked at their list. I'm not sure that I really care that much. I could bring in a couple. I definitely don't want 4, though. Probably don't need the Wish plan. Yeah, we don't really need Wish. I guess Wish for Tormod's Crypt is kind of cool in this matchup. Can cut, like, the second Samut. Worth noting, write this one down, chat, in sideboard games, you typically don't want to board out. Like, if you have the option to board out the 1 Migloz or the second Samut, it's usually better to board it to go 1-1, just because you'd rather have different names of legendary creatures for the Bard class turn. So you don't usually want to, like, take all of the same legendary creature out, because most of them are relatively the same. This hand does not have Bard class. When the class is not Bard, it's like turn 2 Ruby. I think this hand's just not good. Okay, this hand does have Bard class. We need to find a second land. I'm gonna put back Commune. I guess if I need to find second land, it's better to put back Oath and keep both Communes. But if I hit the land on the first try, I'd rather have the Oath to find spells. So hopefully they don't have Spell Pierce and they just tap out on turn 2 for Shredder. What's up, Boxing? Class is in session. Yes, tap out. And I don't think my opponent's blue-red deck can answer an enchantment on the battlefield. Alright, your turn. Attack. Maybe they have, like, Aether Gust. I mean, I'm gonna activate my card. Question is, what do I do next? Like, how deep do I want to go this turn? Ideally, I want to be in a position where I can flip the Bard class next turn. So I think my plan is just play land, play Domri, uptick past not casting Oath, because I don't want to trigger the Shredder this turn. I want to trigger it next turn. Okay, that's fine. I'm okay with that. We can still Bard class next turn. We have to go Amber into Hajar, play land, then we can 5 mana for Bard class. So we basically have to, like, dump our entire hand first. That's a good draw. So sequencing-wise, if I lead Birgi, then play Mox Amber to bait and try to get them to kill the Birgi. So I spend 2 mana on Birgi. Mox Amber, red floating. They kill Birgi. I have 1 mana left over. 2, 1 mana floating, that's 3, Amber is 4, because I can play this for free. So I am 1 mana short if they kill the Birgi. So how about instead we just go Amber, then Hajar. Amber first, because if I Hajar first, then Amber, they can kill the Hajar in response. And then I'm just going to level up Bard class. And I think pass. Maybe they have Odora. Odora would make sense. I'm not sure there's a good way I can play around it, though. The next series of RCQs are standard. Have they confirmed that? Red. We're going to Lighting X the Hajar. Okay, well, I'll sack it. I might as well try to go for it, because even if I brick this turn, I can just Birgi next turn. So we can just go for it here. We can also hit stuff off Oath. Okay, that's 2 more triggers for Bard class. I don't need the Goro-Goro now, so I think I'd rather take Ruby, because it's more mana. And if I kill them this turn, I'm just going to go through my entire deck. Well, that's not good. Let's do this. Okay, we did hit Targ. Play Targ. So they're probably going to kill the Ruby now, which is fine. We can just float mana in response. It's like a pretty good chance we can kill them. It's not deterministic. That's the weird thing about this deck. It's not 100%. I think I'll float red. Okay, another F6. Hit another Ruby. Nice. We hit another Targ. Oh, wait, I can play the Birgi now, can't I? Yeah, I can play Birgi. I forgot that I could play Birgi. So they're actually just dead. Yeah, now they're definitely dead. Exile this. Play Mox Amber. Yeah, now we just go through the whole deck. Cool. It was a turn 4 kill. Turn 4 kill through a Spell Pierce and 2 removal spells. It's relatively impressive. Play this. Oh no, they didn't have a Spell Pierce, right? What did they Spell Pierce? They Spell Pierce the Domri. Yeah, they did Spell Pierce this game. I was thinking they didn't have Spell Pierce. Oath. I will show them that I did not board out the Goro-Goro. They did see the Goro-Goro game 1. Doot. We call this the click machine. Cool. They don't want to play anymore. Good games. Easy. Too easy, some would say. No Bard class, but I have Commune to find it. Yeah, we'll find Commune. We'll find Bard class up the Commune. Thanks again for the sub, G-Power one. I really appreciate that. I'm going to lead with Gorge, because I might want to play this on red. Oh, well. -1 for Commune, I guess. You ever just brick? No, just me? You ever just bricked up on a Thursday? I'm curious to see how many opponents you play that are able to associate the problem with the Bard class. I mean, if you just read the card, it, like... it reads kind of fucked up. I don't know why I Oathed first. I was supposed to Commune first. I'm going to take a land, because I really need to take Bard class. Bard class. Land or another Oath. I guess we Oath, because I still already have I have a land rolled up. Alright, so we've now looked at... We've looked at 13 cards, and we have not found it, because we didn't even see one in the Oath. Zurgo. Just, like, slam Domri here, maybe? They're on an empty board. Kind of down with it. And they have Spell Pierce. Should I play 8 Peasy or Boros Heroic at Pile Locals tonight? Probably Heroic. I mean, Peasy is more fun. How does it feel, Doomwake? WotC trust in the strength of Pioneer players' hands? I'm not sure I understand it. WotC, I ban Yorion in Modern because shuffling is hard, but not for Pioneer players. Well, yeah, that's because there's no fetch lands. Part of the reason Yorion was such a pain in the ass in Modern was because of the presence of fetch lands. And without those, it's like kind of fine. Land or Xenagos? Well, I can't cast this. I guess I'll take a land. Play Hajar? Play Hajar Zurgo. This is what we call the Motley Crew game. When you just attack your opponent with mediocre creatures. It doesn't always work out, though. Should Battle of Wits be banned? Well, Battle of Wits is not legal in Pioneer. Also, look, if somebody goes through the trouble of, you know, buying 250 sleeves and showing up to a tournament with Battle of Wits, more power to them. Like, respect, you know? Battle of Wits in competitive Magic is kind of based. Red, green, this. Beatdown plan assembled. The beatdown plan, unfortunately, is not good against the blue-red deck that has all removal spells. Not great. Not where I want to be, you know? Someone showed up to a local in NC with Battle of Wits Titan. That's awesome. Did they win? Didn't Fire Shoes do that for, like, a charity thing a little while ago? Where he would just, like, have people donate to charity, and every time somebody donated, he would just add a card of their choice to his Battle of Wits deck. That was genius. Ruse. I feel behind this game. Do you guys also feel behind? Yeah, just a common Fire Shoes W. W's all around for Fire Shoes. That band does not have any L's. Okay, well. Plan C, baby. This is like Plan Q. I don't even know. We've exacerbated a lot of plans at this point. Would such a deck even be playable? Which, like, Battle of Wits Titan? You could do anything with Battle of Wits. I mean, you got 250 cards. I think you can find room for whatever the hell you want. So any spell kills me? Wow, they're just styling on me. Just the style points. Same sideboard. I think I only want a couple of volleys. Because it looks like they're also playing Shredder and not Thing, which I don't really care that much about, but, I mean, it's kind of annoying in the fair games. If they had Thing in the Ice, I would play 4 of these, but I don't care that much about Shredder. I don't think I want Rorgthar. It's just too expensive. The games are just not about that. Like, the way that I approach this matchup is just like Mulligan to Bard class. Mulligan to Bard class, cast it on turn 2. They can't really interact with it on the battlefield. Like, they don't have disenchants. So I think that's kind of the plan that you should approach here. I mean, I guess I didn't mulligan to Bard class game 1, but I had Commune. Like, I think I'm going to keep this hand. I get basically 5 looks at a turn 2 Bard class. So, I think you keep these hands. I brought in 2. I explain why I only brought in 2. They had Shredder, which means less likely to have Thing in the Ice, and I just don't care about Shredder. The only card that I actually care about is Thing in the Ice. So, like, Volley's fine to draw. Like, I don't mind drawing 1 copy against Shredder, but it's not like a card that you have to kill. Alright, we'll just hit this time. We did not hit. Is it time for mediocre beatdowns again? I mean, that guy's at least, like, slightly less mediocre beatdowns. Make lost fucks. There is Vintage Cube on Motor right now. Tomorrow's the day that I would play some Vintage Cube. Unfortunately, or I guess fortunately, I will be on a plane to Orlando tomorrow. Doom and mediocre beatdowns. Dude, every single time, man. I can't get enough of these mediocre beatdowns. Yeah, Ruby was something this deck was definitely missing before. It just kind of does everything. It's like a good 2-drop because it accelerates you into the third level of Bard class, and it's really good on the combo turns because it's a free spell that you can cast off of Bard class, and it's also really good since it's +1 mana. And you don't have a lot of cards that are +1 mana on the combo turn, and that's huge. Because there's a lot of spots where you get to those combo turns and you're just like short a mana to cast a Birgi, and Ruby just gives you so much more consistency on that. We're dead. See, this is what happens when you don't drop Art Glass. I mean, like, I can pretend like I'm not dead, but we all know that we're dead. We'll just move on. Alright, no more Phoenix, please. Play something else. This hand's not good. Ooh, a Bard class. Generally speaking, you don't need this in your opening hand, because on the combo turn, you just go through your entire deck and eventually find it anyways. Come on with the Phoenix. Play something different. I'm not going to play Zurgo on 1. I can't with all this Phoenix. Alright, don't Spell Pierce me. We can't be friends if you Spell Pierce me. Oh, I don't care about that. Deal. Trade offer. I resolve Bard class, you resolve Impulse. Trade offer accepted. Ooh, Cauldron with Lurrus. That sounds kind of hot. I'm into that kind of stuff. Alright, how much can I do this turn? Am I going to take on more Dono decks next week? Honestly, Koido, it kind of depends on what the decks are. Today, I think I need to do a little bit of packing for my trip tomorrow, so I kind of wanted to end a little bit early, so I'm only going to do 3 today. But depending on what they are, I might try to do more next week. Undetermined. I guess we Oath first. Try and find Birgi. Or nothing. Or nothing. How much do I want to trigger the Shredder? Because I could just wait till next turn, and, like, I could do nothing here. Next turn, I can go Ruby, float mana, second Ruby, float mana, flip, cast this, cast this. So I think I'm just going to do nothing this turn. I'm just going to pass. Would you accept Fairy Rogues as a Dono deck in Pioneer? Absolutely. We played like just a straight up Fairies deck, and that was pretty fun. I do Fairy Rogues. Curious how different it is from the Fairies deck that we played. Yeah, that was yours. That deck was sweet. Probably not as good as Rogues, but it was cool nonetheless. Yeah, that's the Plano Shago. That's why I didn't play anything this turn. Okay. I only have to expose the first Ruby too, which is nice. Bard class. Play Hajar first. There's a chance we can kill them this turn. A higher chance now. Yeah, they're done. Alright, cool. Sick. It appears that they're the same deck list, so I'm going to sideboard the exact same again. Let's actually maybe try cutting both Domris. Okay, I'm gonna bring in a third volley. Just because Domri is kind of mid against Spell Pierce. I'll try a third volley. At least we're learning how to sideboard against Is It Phoenix, huh? We're definitely learning that at least. I would appreciate playing its new decks, but dude, I am so hyped for going to Orlando this weekend. It's gonna be a blast. I'm gonna hit up the cool stuff store in Maitland. So if anybody is in the area, I'll be going to Cool Stuff Maitland tomorrow for FNM after because I landed 3, and then Versus Games is where the tournament's being held on Saturday. So if anybody is in the area, feel free to stop by and say hi. Phyrexian Tribal may be okay-ish with Cavern getting printed. I will definitely be trying it. Phyrexian and 5-color humans are on my list of decks to try out with Cavern. Especially the Pyre of Heroes versions. I think there might be like a humans Pyre of Heroes decks. Yeah, the tournament on Saturday is at Versus Games in Oviedo, which is I think right outside of Orlando. I think it's like 20 minutes from Orlando. But that's where I'll be Saturday, and then again tomorrow I'll be going to F&M at Cool Stuff in Maitland. Because it's only like 15 minutes from my hotel. I'm so hyped though, it's gonna be a great time. And none of it's possible without chat. You know, we destroyed that sub goal. So thank you very, very much again for all the support. I feel like I don't say it enough, but seriously, guys, thank you. I would not be able to do any of the stuff that I do without all of your support. And even, you know, just for being here. You know, even if you're just hanging out in the chat and lurking and just spamming Joel the entire time, I appreciate it. Just appreciate you being here. Couldn't ask for more. Yeah, exactly. Just Joel. I think I'm going to save Oath. It's an Edison tournament. I'm playing Vayu Turbo. I know, filthy Yu-Gi-Oh player. But I've been playing the Edison format for probably about 5 or 6 months, or 3 or 4 months now. It's been so much fun. All right, I know I'm going to get Spell Pierce, but it is what it is. I know you have it. Yeah, I know. I'll just draw another one. Society of Phoenix players didn't have Spell Pierce on turn 2. Guess we just slam Miglaws. Because big. I could go for a Samet attack, but it's bad if they have a Fiery Impulse. This gets around Impulse at least. Doesn't get around that. Are the rounds in Yu-Gi-Oh! Timed? It seems like a match wouldn't take more than 10 minutes. They're 40-minute rounds, so it's a little bit less than Magic. But yeah, the games typically don't take that long. You have 3 cards in hand. I'm going to play Oath first to play around another Pierce. I think I might go for the Samet now. Ooh. Alright, new plan. New plan. Just want to get their removal out of their hand. How do we cast Jace with Wish? Yeah, Oath of Nissa. Whoo, hard cast, baby. It is hard cast time. You gotta love when it's hard cast time. So now we get to draw 2 off of this attack, which is kind of gross. Off of the Samet Gallia. You'll draw 2. And then even if they kill Samet, we got our card out of it. Not that big of a deal. Drew Cruz. Rude. Fine. I was going to say, attacking's kind of aggressive here. Play Oath. Looking for some stuff. We already have Ajar. Oh, did we just cast the back half of this? It's bad into a second Spell Pierce, but is it getting any better? It is, right? Because we can have 7 mana next turn. The only problem with getting to 7 mana next turn is we have to play 2 of the lands in hand, and I'd much rather discard them to Birgi. So I think I'm just gonna jam. Obviously, it's really bad if they have Spell Pierce, but yeah. Oh, they had Aether Gust. Well, I'll definitely top that. I'll just cast it again next turn. Now we can play around Spell Pierce. How many lands in this deck? I think there's only 20. There's only 20 lands. We're drawing a lot of them. Okay, hit another Cruise. So now he can Cruise, get back Phoenix, hold up a removal spell. 3 for 3 on Phoenix opponents this league. It's kind of a lot. Kind of a lot. I guess the question I have to ask is, can I even afford the shock for the Birgi? I don't think I can. I can't afford the shock. Discard Gorge. Well, now I kind of have the shock. Yeah, so we have the shock for Bard class. We're dead to another Phoenix anyways. Just hardcast Phoenix. Sure. Alright, so no Phoenix, please. We're kind of in an okay spot if he doesn't have a Phoenix. Alright, song request from Apeshit. Techno Train. In the queue. How you doing today? In the queue. Okay, so we can just go double level first. I think. Yeah, double level first. And then we go play, I guess, Hajar first. Trigger here. Bricked. Play this. Not quite a brick. Almost a brick. It's gonna be close. I have not played a land yet. That's very important. So we can sack this Hajar before this one gets cast. Because I'm going to sack it anyways. Otherwise, I'd Legend Rule it. It's going good. I'm having a good time so far. We've gone off a couple of times with Bard class. This one's going to be close, though. We are at 1 life. So we do have to kill our opponent this turn. It's not a guarantee that we can. I would say it's actually probably unlikely that we kill them this turn. They are Hardcast Lightning Axe. So, Agatha Prage? Did we get there? There's another Targ. I don't know if I would have conceded there. I don't think he was quite dead yet, but... So we go land for turn, Targ, flip 2. Okay, the Amber probably would have done it, so then we go Amber, flip 2, Gallia, flip 2, Amber, make a mana, plays Xenagos. Yeah, we probably would have won that game. Cool. All right. So 3 for 3 on Phoenix opponents. Let's play against something different. No Bard class equals Mulligan. I also play the other 56 cards foil. Nah, see, if you're playing Grease Fangs, that should be your only foil. Legendary permanent. So this does add green if I have Oath in play, so this hand's good. I'm gonna put back Commune. This hand's really good. We don't need a third land, because we already have 2 lands in a Bard class. No Phoenix, please. Just anything but Phoenix. Okay, this matchup is probably horrendous. Because they can Boseiju my Bard class. Yeah, this is probably going to be a tough matchup. If they don't have... I mean, the thing is, their deck just has so much access to Boseiju. Because they play, like, 3 copies and 4 Sylvan Scryings. So this is probably going to be tough. Okay. I got Stage. This one. Go. They might be dead next turn. I think they're dead if I draw Mox Amber, or at least close to it. Oh. They didn't play a spell, or a land for that matter. Well, I'm gonna activate my Bard class. Probably have Boseiju. They do not have Boseiju. I don't know what's going on here. So, Ruby... Yeah, we can do it all right. Ruby into Amber. Make 2 mana, play Birgi. Wait, I should probably hold a little bit, right? No, I should at least play the Birgi this turn. But I think I'm going to hold on the Gallias, because I can't really go anywhere after I play the Birgi, right? Because I can go Gallia, make 2 red, but I don't have enough to level up Bard class again, so I think I'm just going to pass on this. And then we're 100% killing them next turn. I feel like they probably should have played a land that turn, huh? Probably would have been beneficial. I think so. I'm not 100% positive. I'm not like an expert or anything, but they probably should have played a land. Yeah, it's not like they could bluff not having a land drop. They cast Sylvan Scrying the turn before. The sick bluffs. Yeah, now they're just dead. Why is this the last stream? Read the entire title, call me. It's called bait. It's called clickbait. I got you, though. I got you real good. Last stream, Sag. Yeah, they're definitely dead. We are done. I mean, theoretically, I could brick. I don't know what the chances of me bricking are. Oh, no. This week is the Orlando trip. So I'm going to Orlando this weekend. So that's why it's the last stream until Monday. I will be in Orlando, Florida this weekend, playing an Edison event. Thanks to chat, by the way, because we hit that sub goal. None of it would be possible without chat. Give yourselves all a nice round of applause. Turn 4 format? Yeah, turn 4 format confirmed. Yeah, this one's Jover. This one is Jover. Would you consider streaming it for the Yu-Gi-Oh fans? It's going to be streamed. It's going to be streamed on E3 Yu-Gi-Oh's channel on YouTube. So if you go to YouTube and search E3 Yu-Gi-Oh, you can find his channel, and he's going to be live streaming the entire event, like picking feature matches and stuff. He does a ton for the Edison community. That's kind of why I get into the format, is just watching a lot of his content. I mean, it's relatively big. It's still like small in the grand scheme of things compared to like traditional current format Yu-Gi-Oh, but it's definitely picking up a lot in popularity over the past couple of months. There's a lot of people supporting and backing the format. It is a community-driven format. Like, it's not officially sanctioned by Konami yet, but it's so much fun. There's just so much nostalgia with it. Combo everywhere. Not really in Edison. Edison's a lot different than current Yu-Gi-Oh. A lot of people associate Yu-Gi-Oh with, like, really heavy combo, and I mean, that's some of it, but it's not. Most of the format is just like control and mid-range decks. A lot of Jund decks in Edison. When is Bard class gonna get banned? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna fight their Grazer. I can't win if the rule of Arboreal Grazer is if your opponent has it in play, you can't win the game. Keep that in mind. Write that one down. I have not tried Goat format yet. I don't know if I'd like it as much. How much help do you think you'll need neoforming? Okay, hear me out, Ari. I spent 2 hours last night gold fishing, and it took me the entire 2 hours to figure out the combo. I think I got it down. I think I do. But it took me a long time to figure it out. But I think I'm good. What's the storm count? Unfortunately, it doesn't tell you what the storm count is, because we don't have storm cards. Alright, I'm going to stop wasting time and kill them. I'm going to activate my Goro-Goro. You're dead. Good deck. Alright, against Lotus Field. When the field is Lotus. Alpine Moon coming in. I think I'm going to... Do I want to leave the Stonebrain in for Wish, or do I think I don't have time to wish for Stonebrain? Ad break in progress. Thank you so much for your patience with the ads. If you would like to watch the ads, you can subscribe to the channel with Twitch Prime, or get lucky enough to get a gifted sub. Thank you for your patience with the adge. Adge. You think board out Wish? Yeah, I guess that's a good point. We can just cut Wish and bring in the Stonebrain. We don't have time to do that. We don't need the Wish for Jace because we have the Goro-Goro. So I have to cut 2 more cards. Some of the more expensive stuff, probably. I just remember BLS or whatever that card was so unfair. Hold on. I'm gonna blow your mind. I don't wanna be the same. You mean this guy? Do you mean Blackluster Soldier, Envoy of the Beginning? The ultimate Giga Chad? The ultimate Giga Chad? Look at that. Look at that guy. It's not mine, it's my friend Steve's. I borrowed his coffers deck. So that's Steve's. Drip, drip, drip. Drip, drip, drip. Oh shit, Rorgthar. I forgot about Rorgthar. I'm dumb. Alright, well, if we go to game 3, I'll bring in Rorgthar. I did forget about that card. Well, I open Alpine Moon, so I'll keep. Alpine Moon plus Commune to find Bard class. Sounds good. Where's the Pot of Greed? Unfortunately, Pot of Greed is banned in Edison. As much as I wish that it wasn't. Alright, did not find Bard class. I'll take Oath, I think. Bro, you guys see that lag? So I clicked on Oath, and then clicked on No, but it still put the Oath in my hand. What the hell was that? That was so weird. Moto, you're tripping. I want to slow roll the Alpine Moon, I think. Do I? Is it greedy? So if I don't play Alpine Moon, they can go float 2, Lotus Field, untap with Satyr. Could be risky. But it's unlikely that I die next turn. It's pretty unlikely that I die, right? With only 1 Lotus Field. I'm gonna try and bait them into playing it. I'm just gonna go Ruby Oath. I'm just gonna try and jibate them. I guess I'll take that. That's a good play next turn. We can go Xenagos, land Xenagos, uptick Alpine Moon. Yeah, they have to have Grazer, Stage, plus Field, and a payoff. And a Strings, too, right? Yeah, Grazer, Stage, Field, Strings, and payoff, which is very unlikely. Well, it's 2 Strings targets, but it's not 2... It's not 2 for Poor. So if they have Poor doesn't work with Satyr. They got Otawara. Okay. Should I throw a Copper Code Vanguard in the Boros Heroic sideboard? Local says Hello Red Black midrange. No, Vanguard's not very good against Red Black. If you wanted a card for Red Black, you would just play a bunch of showdowns. That's where you would want to be. Alright, now I have to play the Alpine Moon. For sure. So let's do this first. No, they just already had the Lotus Field. Also, they still can't Otawara Alpine Moon now. Unless they have a blue land. And even then, they're still a turn away from it. They can go untap, float green. Dude, imagine if they had Fatal Push. I would have got so gotten. Alright. Yeah, you're gonna Boseiju me. It's fine. I know. At least I can get a green mana and play Oath. Here, shock, play Oath. Keep this, find Ruby. I don't think I need a land. Rather have Ruby in case... Oh, maybe I should have held up Boseiju, actually. Holding up Boseiju is good if they have Stage. Yeah. Might have been a reason to not cast Xenagos, but go Moon Boseiju. Well, if I play Moon, and I assume they're going to Boseiju Moon on my turn, then I can still hold up my Boseiju, right? And then it's fine. But it worked out, because they didn't main phase the stage anyways. So, let's go... I mean, we probably just go max pressure here, right? Gallia, make a token, send everything. It's kind of funny. I actually don't want to trigger the Gallia this turn. Oh, I see what you're saying. I could have killed the Lotus Field if they went to Boseiju, because I could have... Yeah, once the Alpine Moon is in play, it doesn't have hexproof, and then if they go for Boseiju, I can respond and kill their Lotus Field. Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. That would have been a sick line. No, you're definitely correct. Yeah, you're 100% correct. I just didn't see that line. Yeah, that was a good line. I'm going to not trigger Gallia, because I really don't want to discard this Boseiju. I always forget that it loses hexproof. Okay, so they go to 14. At least we can still Boseiju the Thespian stage, which is good. Yeah, we can still Boseiju stage. And it's also nice that we have Hajar for Wrath protection. So if we kill stage, and if they go for like a Black Wrath, we can Hajar to kill to protect our creatures. Three mana. What are we doing? 6 blue. They're gonna Otawara Xenagos, I guess? Alright, kill the stage. And I guess they're going to bounce something. I don't know what they're going to bounce. I don't think it matters. Bigger impact in Eternal formats, Boseiju or Haywire Might? Definitely Boseiju. No, it's not close. It's Boseiju by a mile. Oh, they can bounce a Jar and then untap and play a Sweeper. Yeah, they could do that. It's actually insane how impactful Boseiju was. And like Vintage too. Boseiju just warped Vintage completely. Changed the entire parameters of the format. Because it's just so good against the Bazaar and Workshop decks. And the nice thing about Boseiju and Vintage against Bazaar, against Workshop specifically, is they play a lot of lock pieces, like Spear of Resistance, Thorn of Amethyst, Lodestone Golem, and Boseiju is an activated ability and not a spell, so it gets around all of those. And that's massive. Definitely Legacy. I didn't know you were going to Eternal weekend. That's cool. Oh wait, you know what I just realized? Combo deck. We have achieved the combo deck. This is the real reason why we're playing Xenagos. Yeah, I just realized it now. I had no idea. Third, Ruby. That's not good. Well, I guess I'll play this. I will play Gigantha this turn. Is it even better to play Gigantha or just make a token? Let's just make a token. Yeah, I'm just going to make a token and draw with Gallia. Make token for ult? No, because they're dead next turn regardless. Like, whether I make a token or not, they're still dead next turn. Oh. I guess I could have attacked first. The only thing is, we did board out the Wish. So here's the other thing about playing the Wish. In spots like this, you can actually kill them post-combat. But since we don't have the Wish, we were not able to do that. So maybe we should have kept the Wish in for that reason. Yeah, it's a little awkward. Well, let's hope their hand's not rolled up. Probably is. Could have wished for Rurik. Yeah, well, I probably should have boarded in the Rurik anyways. Would I have had enough mana to wish for Rurik? I don't think I did, right? I'm just saying that having the Wish in our deck means that we can go through our entire deck post-combat and still have the ability to kill them. Whereas if we board out the Wish, the only win condition we have is Goro-Goro, which means we have to do everything pre-combat. But like in this exact instance, we could have just went Bard class, level up twice with Xenagos mana, and then have the ability to kill them with Jace post-combat. Rurik is 6. Well, we simply will just not be dead this turn, it's fine. Surely we're not dying right now. There's no chance I'm dying right now. Why did they... Wait. Why did they make red mana? Monka W, red mana. Sure. That's why they made red mana. That makes sense. Well, they're plussing. That's a good sign for me. Well, that's less of a good sign. That is less of a good sign. It's fine. They'll cast Pour Over the Pages. They'll draw 6 lands, and then we'll win. They exiled Lear, can't win. It's possible. It's not likely, but it is possible. Should I just sack my Hajar now so I can F6? I kind of want to. Real players go for max F6 value. Are they winning? I don't know. They're drawing a lot of cards and generating a lot of mana. We could be dead. I would say it's very likely we're dead. But it's not, like, deterministic. And that's the shitty thing about Lotus Fields. There's always that 1% chance where they just, like, draw a bunch of lands. But you can't, and you kind of just have to sit here until they show you the kill. That's what I hate about it. Because they get to have all the fun and I don't. Yeah. 99.9%? Yeah, probably. I mean, green's the same thing. Like, green is also not deterministic sometimes. I've definitely had green players cast 4 Storm to Festivals and pass the turn. That has happened before. And God, is it a good feeling. Nothing better than that. Your green opponent just sits there and, like, twiddles their thumbs for 10 minutes and then just like, alright, your turn, Giga Chad. This was the last concert that I went to. Yeah, but, like, what if you don't find the Karn? Like, there's always the possibility where you don't find the Karn. It's the same thing. It's like, this deck is deterministic once you have Chandra 2 Balagids, but, like, what if you just don't find it? It's the same thing. Balagid poor. Interesting. Yeah, they need Otawara too, and the Otawara there is an Otawara in the graveyard. I'm assuming they play more than one copy. I feel like it's not deterministic here. I don't know. I mean, at this point, I'm just going to let them play it out. Do I like playing versus Lotus Field or Monogreen? No. Does anybody? What is this? Dark Petition. Okay. So they can ultimatum me? Do I like pain? I don't want to answer that question. Okay, there's the ultimatum. But as Ari pointed out earlier, their Leer is gone, so they can't get a pile with Leer. That could be relevant. Omniscience, Dark Petition, Poor. So we give them Petition Poor, right? I mean, surely I don't give them Omniscience. I'm just gonna have 6 at this point. Here, I'll sacrifice Hajar just so I can have 6. And then while I F6, I'm going to run to the bathroom. While our opponent is killing us, I'd like to remind you, chat, don't forget, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you get 1 free subscription per month to any streamer of your choice. Make sure you are utilizing that Amazon Prime. I'll be back in 1 minute. See you in a minute. You know, this is the real reason to ban Lotus Field. Because I need to be able to F6 and go take a shit when my opponent is doing this stuff. But unfortunately, I can't do that because they have stupid cards like this in the deck. Stupid ultimatum. Can't even just go take a shit. Tezzeret, thank you for the Prime sub. Thank you very, very much for the sub. I appreciate that, Tezzeret. Did we double check for Spell Mastery? I think they're good. I think they're good on Spell Mastery. I hope they do all of this and just can't kill me somehow. I can't imagine that's possible, but maybe I can time them out. We're on the timeout plan. So chat, read any good books lately? Read any good books lately? Watch any good shows? Any news that I should know about? Heard a rumor that an opponent went insane in an RSQ playing against Lotus Field. Like how so? Spill the details. You can't tease me like that and not give me the rest of the story. You read a very interesting book about nuts. About these nuts? 70% they pass turn. That would be hilarious. They did lockdown me. Nice Hajar, by the way. If I watched the One Piece live action, no, I haven't. I haven't seen the One Piece live action. Top deck Gallia. Yeah, Gallia is Xaxes, right? 2, 4, 7. Yeah, Gallia's Xaxes. What'd they do? Chandra. Oh, they Otawara the Chandra. Why did they do all the temporary lockdown shit first? You could have just killed me. I mean, now that you BM'd me, I'm definitely gonna make you do it out. if you're gonna BM me like that, I'm gonna make you do this shit out. I probably will time them out in game 3. Mish with the song request. Thank you for the follow. What you got for me? They want me to tap out a Boseiju mana? I guess that's fair. A little Buster Rhymes. Alright, in the queue. You watched the Boys spin-off Gen V? I've not seen that, Soundstorm, now. You're bored. 4 up my LGS with Legacy Mono Black Helm. Got 2 turn 1 wins in the tournament. Yeah, that deck is sweet. I played a little bit of it. Mikey, thank you for the $5 donation. What would you like me to put in the queue, Mikey? Honest question, how does anyone find that deck fun to play? Lotus Fields? I don't know, man. It's the same reason that Ari finds Mono Green fun to play. Other passing? Just the ultimate BM. The ultimate BM. They're actually just trolling me at this point. Actually just trolling me. Alright, go. Can I get 2 songs? The first one's mad short. I'll give you 1 song, Mikey. Koido redeemed a deck tech. Take a look at that. Boros Faxwhack? What the hell is Faxwhack? Boros Faxwhack. What's the facts about it? I don't get it. Ornithopter, Thraben, Toolcraft, Epicure, Halo Hopper, Bushwhacker. I don't think I like the main deck invasions. Also, you should probably be playing Imbodane's Recruiter. Like, if you're gonna play Reckless Bushwhacker, what I would recommend is just cutting Gigantha, playing... So I had a version that was like... I'll show you the version that I was playing. Hold on. Oh, Artifact. Okay, I gotcha. Where is the version that I was playing? It's here. I was actually a pretty big fan of this deck, so it's like... similar thing where you have Ornithopter, Gleeful Demolition... And so do you have the white Convoke creatures, or no? You do not, which I think makes sense. Ornithopter, Thraben, Toolcraft. So you're a little bit deeper into white. So, like, basically you cut Kumano and Shrapnel Blast for additional white 1-drops. Oh, you're not playing Bowman either. I guess if you're going to play white, you can play Thraben. So maybe you should try, like, take this list, cut Kumano Courier for... Thraben, Toolcraft, swap Shrapnel Blast for Halo Hopper, and then you can cut like a land and a Loyalist for maybe 2 invasions, but you should be playing 4 Recruiter, 4 Bushwhacker, I think. I'm actually just getting trolled at this point. Why are they trolling me, chat? Chat, why are they trolling me? What's happening, dude? How am I not dead? Because they're just BMing me. I really hope they time out Game 3. I know. I really hope they time out Game 3. That would be so good. After just wasting time for no reason. Because I forced them to combo. Well, it's their clock. There's a reason that I forced them to combo. You know what I mean? Like, just like, if you're going to do this, just combo. Alright, cool. They figured it out. Now, what do you want? Okay, I got you now. Ultimate BM will be when you hold priority in Game 3 when they have 2 seconds on clock. Yeah, I don't typically tend to go that deep. But, you know, I mean... Just saying. This song's a banger, by the way. Yeah, I'm going to bring in the Rurkthar. I'm going to cut the second Xenagos. Okay, Game 3. I'm going to go back to that deck tech in a second, but that's kind of at least my generic thoughts is you should be playing, if you're going to play the wax stuff, you should be playing the full 8 copies of Bushwhacker. Recruiter is really good. This hand's just Alpine Moon and nothing else. Well, this hand is no Alpine Moon and nothing else. I kind of want to go to 5. No, I'll keep this. It's basically Screamo. Alright. So what did we say? We said cut Kumano, cut Bomat, add Thraben Inspector. Yeah, I don't know. I've not had good experiences with main deck invasion, just in a general sense. It might be a little bit better if you're playing the Convoke stuff, because you also have Halo Hopper. Ooh. Well... I guess I'll cast that. So you go these two, cut the Shrapnel Blasts, cut the Legion Loyalist, and then you just play... I think 3 Halo Hopper makes sense. So we go 3 of these, and then you could do Shave a Land, add 2 Invasions. I don't think I'm not saying that Invasion's a bad card, but it's not really a card that I ever want to draw the second copy of. So I think 2 feels right. Yeah, so I think I would do this. I think that's where I'd want to build this. Now, obviously, you would add more white sources. Perilous Voyage. Oh, you're right. I could have done this all in one turn. Okay, well now we just don't play it, right? Now we just go Hajar, Plaza, land, Gallia. And then we just do it next turn. Go. I wouldn't necessarily say we got punished, because if I had just played a 2-drop, they probably would have just bounced it. D. Tefano, thank you so much for the Prime sub. I appreciate the support. Thank you very, very much for using that Prime sub on me. Again, it really does help out the stream. Every single bit of support allows me to continue to do this every single day, so thank you for the sub. Impulse. I think they would just cantrip instead, if they had the ability to. No, it's not on the playlist. Not yet. How about the sideboard? What do you have? Oh, you didn't have a sideboard. So the cards that you could probably play more invasions in the sideboard. I do really like this card. This card is insane against the Chain of the Rock decks. If you're playing white, you can probably justify playing your own Chain of the Rocks, and I think that's fine, because they are better than Volley for the most part, although it's worse against Gracefang, so you might even just be better off playing Volley, but like more invasions, some number of Volleys, some number of Peak Eruptions. This card's good against Shieldred, so I guess you could play Volley and Chained, and just have Chained for Shieldred, Volley for Spirits. That's probably a fine idea. And then you could play like a couple of Showdowns, then maybe 2 Hearses, something like that. Probably Alpine Moons too. There's a lot of Lotus Fields. There's been a ton of Phoenix though, so I would be prepared for Phoenix. Which means I think you want a bunch of Hearses, probably 2. What am I naming? That's a really good question. I don't know what I should name. I almost want to name Chandra. Yeah, I think I'm going to name Chandra. It's in their hand. All right. Locating win conditions. Locating win conditions. We have a Lair of the Hydra. Is that it? It's just Lair, right? I guess Lear. Kind of counts. I don't know if Lear 100% counts, because that takes a lot of work. Yeah, they don't have Dino. We are chump blocking. What was the rest of their hand? String, String, Satyr. Cool. This song is good, Mikey. This is the reason I hate the Chandra version, just thought it loses to the lobotomy effects. Well, I mean, they have win conditions in their sideboard. They probably just didn't know that I had Stonebrain. You know? Lair's kind of a fake win condition. It's not, like, you can just leave so many blockers back for Lair. It's a fake win condition. I guess we just go send both, play Birgi. Go to 13. Yeah, let's play Birgi. Might have been better to play the Horn there. I don't know. I can have 6 because they didn't have... I don't think they had a Black Wrath. I think they only had Temporary Lockdown. Play backside, right? No, I think I want the pressure. Because this gives me a 2-turn clock. It's also way worse than the Boseiju, right? Yeah, they resolved Ultimatum. I don't know where they're going with this, though. They used 1 Hidden Strings, right? They can tap a lot of blockers. Yeah, I guess, like, Lear Hidden Strings, maybe. Maybe that's their plan. I don't want to give you Omniscience. You ever see a deck with Ugin's Nexus plus Karn trying to mess around? I've seen it I've seen it like a long time ago. I haven't seen it in a while though. Not sure. I'm not 100% sure exactly what that deck would look like. Probably a ton of ramp. Yeah, Spike did it a while ago too. A long time ago. Yeah, and I think he was also playing Vraska to sacrifice the Ugin's Nexus. Yeah. Could probably also play Deadly Dispute. Dispute sacrifices it. Some kind of Jund Sack deck with Karn. Doesn't sound that bad. Karn is just a really good card in the format. How are we making a copy of it? Did I not tell you we were going to time them out this game? Deadly Dispute didn't exist back then? Oh, because it was 2020. When did Dispute get printed? AFR, right? Pour over the pages. Yeah, see, you know, they're going to time out, but they're at least going to go down swinging. You definitely do. Dave, thank you for the 12 months. I'm sure you saw that Hamuda 5-0'd with Scales. You guys see this list? Did it not get posted? I searched Goldfish, but I don't see it posted. Yeah, this is the list that Hamuda 5-0'd with. So it's like Hangerback, Thrillseeker, Max Overseer, Max Patchwork. It looks clean. I'm probably gonna try it. I think a really big innovation in this list was Torch the Tower. So it's really sick because it's a way to sacrifice Hangerback, but like you can even set up turns where you go activate Overseer, Torch, sack Overseer, exile with Cauldron, and then, you know, just go berserk that way. So it's like, I kind of want to try it. It looks kind of sick. Cool, our opponent timed out. Didn't think that was going to happen. Alright, 4-1 prediction chat. I don't know if I want to keep this hand. No, I didn't see your reply. This hand is not at Bard class. It's kind of ass. I'm going to ship it. This hand also does not have Bard class. It's the same hand. You forced another streamer to win the 2 Mox plus Bitter Ordeal. Okay, fine. Oh my god. I probably would have told you no if that was the case. I almost certainly would have told you no. How could you even loop them? With 2 endurances. So you just go like endurance, shuffle endurance back in. It's really convoluted for no apparent reason. Phoenix again. So this league is just 4 Phoenix decks and 1 Lotus Field. My brother in Christ. Oh yeah, I guess you can endurance itself back in. Well, I mean, not exactly the matchup spread that I would have liked to play against. I really enjoy playing against different decks, but I think our Phoenix matchup is good, and maybe a good reason to play this deck. Did not find Bard class. I played that instead of Birgi because I was really hoping to hit Bard class. Isn't that limited on the number of green cards in your deck as life? Yeah, and I guess you also need, like, you specifically need expensive green cards, because you'll eventually run out of stuff to pitch to Shoal. Cringe. Yeah, I know. It's kind of just what Pioneer is. It's very similar to, like, standard leagues. You know, where people just, like, they pick whatever the deck of the week, whatever the flavor of the week is, and then just, like, every single person just plays the same deck. That's true. It could be worse. Alright, here's my plan. I think there's no reason to use it this turn, because I can't play any spells off of it. Sure hope they don't have Odawara. Okay. So I don't even know what Scroll of Gristlebrand does. How is that a win condition? It's a free country. You can win with Scroll of Gristlebrand if you want. K Kona, brother. K Kona, brother. 1 mana artifact. 1 sacrifice Scroll of Gristlebrand. Target opponent discards a card. If you control a demon, that player loses 3 life. Wow, you must have. I'm just not. I don't even know what to say about that. I don't even know what to say. That's not a Bard class. I really want to find Bard class this turn. Fuck. Do we go again? Probably. Is it worth it? Yeah, I think it's worth it. Fuck. Okay. So... play this. Play this. I mean, I can play everything, which is cool, but it's not Bard class cool. Go. I don't think we win this race, especially if they find another Phoenix this turn. A bounce land in the list to get a land to pitch to Horn. Yeah, if Society, if bounce lands were legal in Pioneer. Oh, they have a Time Walk. That turn was still pretty good. Yeah, it doesn't beat double Time Walk, though. I'm not saying it was a bad turn, but we're still dead. Yeah, 4 Phoenix decks out of this 5-round league. People love coping with blue-red. I don't think Phoenix is a terrible deck, but I also don't think it's great. Why do you think bounce lands would be insane in Pioneer? Yeah, I agree with that. I think Phoenix is a solid tier 2 deck. It's like, it's not quite in the same tier as Rakdos and Mono Green, but it's like, it's probably at the top of the tier 2 decks. I would at least say that. Grazer plus bounce lands? Yeah, I guess. Alright, they have another turn. Cool. Sick. So, what did we do last time? Both Domris and a Zurgo, 3 volleys, same sideboard plan. 3-1 Woopa. Yeah, the shitty thing is we played against 4 Phoenix decks. So, you know, it's really hard to figure out whether or not this deck is actually good, because we would like to play against Rakdos and Mono Green and stuff, maybe Mono White. But, unfortunately, this is our sample size. I don't like Rurikthar against Phoenix. Or against... I don't like Rurikthar against them. What would you say the tier 1 decks are? Rakdos and Green, for sure. I think those are the only 2 decks that you can, like, definitively say put in the tier 1. I think everything else is, like... I would put every other deck below Rakdos and Green. Would Ghost Quarter be okay for Pioneer? Just want to clown on Lotus players with 0 basics? Well, you can't Ghost Quarter Lotus Field anyways. But I think it would be okay. Yeah, Moto is a lot different than Paper, though, right or die. That's true, you can with Alpine Moon in play. Wait, we should just build a combo deck that's just Alpine Moons and a bunch of Stone Rains. And that's how we beat these Lotus Field players. I'm just gonna mold a Bard class. Like, this hand looks fine, but it just doesn't beat any of their good draws. They just kill this, draw 3 cards, and I don't do anything. I'm just gonna mold a Bard class. Or I'll just never draw Bard class. I guess, whatever, I'll keep this on 6. I'll draw land 3. Sucks because I really don't think this matchup is bad. If you resolve Bard class, they basically can't win, as you've seen the previous games against Phoenix. Why no stream until Monday? Because I am going to Orlando this weekend. They spell pierce me, I'm conceding. Okay. Alright, we win. I mean, maybe. We don't have a ton of leftovers. But yeah, I'm leaving for Orlando tomorrow. Shadow Spear in the side as a Lotus Field hate. Ooh, I forgot. I always forget that extra text of Shadow Spear. I did put one of these in the bottom. Just gonna throw that out there. Follow me here. Arcane Proxy is a wizard, so Flame of Manure, Proxy Rhinoceros. Yeah, I mentioned that like 2 months ago. I literally said that. It's like I'm a prophet. Okay. So we can at least draw 2 cards this turn. So let's do that. Can make 3 mana right now. Let's draw cards first. We're probably not dying next turn. I think we hold Hajar. Does that make sense? Because ideally, we untap with one of these creatures. And then next turn we go Amber, Float, Amber, level up this, play Hajar. But it could be nice to put the Hajar in play to protect the Samut. I don't know if that's worth it. They're at 14. This is tough. This one's tough. How likely is it that I'm going to level up the Bard class next turn? Yeah, like, whether I play the Hajar this turn or next turn, it's still a 2-turn clock. It doesn't change the fact that I have a 2-turn. It doesn't change the clock, you know. Swish Gaming, thank you for the raid. Hope you had a good stream, buddy. I'm going to play it. I don't know if that's right, but I'm going to play it. When the Bards are classy. Yeah, I multi-5 this game. Didn't have Bard class. Drew a Bard class on turn 1, and now my hand's broken. That's all you have to do. It is insane to me how, like, the difference between having this card and not having this card is... It's like you're playing a different format. When you have this card, you're playing Modern, and when you don't have it, you're playing Pauper. It's crazy. Yeah, it's kind of like Amulet. I don't know. I mean, Amulet still has some, like, decent draws without that card. Pauper's kind of insane sometimes. Would you say... Okay, chat, question. Do you think Pauper is higher or lower power level than Standard? Probably higher, actually, right? Yeah, probably higher. I don't know if it's by a lot, but it is probably higher, yeah. Might even be higher than Pioneer. Pauper? You think so? I mean, you do get to play some... There's some good cards. There are some good cards. It does have Tron lands, yeah. They are targeting Hajar. Well, I guess I'll sack it. Okay. So they get 2 Phoenixes back. They probably can't attack. Never mind. I would assume they would want to block the Samut, but... Alright, so even if we draw land, we can still flip Bard class and play Mox Amber. Yeah, okay. So we go play Amber. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Flip this. Play Amber. Trigger Bard class. And we have kind of bricked. Yeah, we bricked. Unfortunate. I guess we should take Boseiju. Attack. Go. Do a stream idea of Mono Green versus Pauper decks. Is Daze still legal in Pauper? You have Samut draw? That's not how the card works. It's not. That's actually not what the card does. Daze is banned. Okay. God, they just had double time walk again. Come on, man. Society if I just didn't break off my Bard class. Fuck, man. I feel like we were supposed to win this game. Yeah. Damn it. Opponent is on the Mox leaderboard for a reason. They do have the premium account. That is true. They do have the MTGO premium account. Alright, let's talk a little bit about this deck on the close. It was nice. I really wish we had played against decks that weren't Izzet Phoenix. We played against it 4 times. Still under the impression that when you have this card, you can't lose. Well, last game, exceptional. We did multi-5 that game. If we had more resources, then it would have been easy. And, yeah, maybe we should be playing more copies of Commune with Spirits to help find Bard class. You can also play Seed of Hope. The Wish is probably unnecessary, because I can't really see a scenario where you're not killing your opponent with this. So yeah, probably don't need Wish, and probably want to play the 4th Birgi. I could see that. I'd probably want to cut like the Wish and maybe the 2nd Samut for like 4th Birgi, 3rd Commune, something along those lines. That was sweet though. I liked it a lot. Thanks again for Obi-Wan for participating, and thank you for watching on YouTube. I'll see you in the next one. Like, subscribe. Peace out. Like, subscribe, Prime, all that good jazz. Is that a Jace? It is a Jace. So the theory behind that is you make a million red mana.